The effects tsunamis have when they reach land can be devastating. Briefly, the effects can include people drowning, washing away structures, food can be scarce, and the survivors will be left with hardly anything. The effects that tsunamis can last years. Primary effects. The primary effect of the tsunami is it rolling into shore. But the secondary and tertiary effects are the ones that cause the most damage. Secondary. Death. The force of the tsunami is enough to kill a person instantly, or they may drown as the water rushes past. People may also be killed if the tsunami causes a building to fall down and people get trapped inside. They can also be electrocuted if wire falls into water. People can end up dying because they are constantly being battered against the debris that's in the water. These could be things such as light posts, trees, doors, and other infrastructure. Infrastructure and land damage. A tsunami tidal wave can destroy everything in its path. This can include telephone poles, trees, houses, cars, pretty much anything that happens to be in its way. Tsunamis often hit places in South Africa, South Asia. And because these countries are very poor, they have very unstable infrastructure that gets washed away in tsunamis very easily. The tertiary effects of tsunami include cost. There is also a massive cost involved when a tsunami hits. The damage done to infrastructure and land can cost major amounts. After the initial cost of rescue, there is also the clean-up cost. Damaged buildings may not be safe anymore and may need to be fully knocked down and restructured. This will also involve a major cost. There is also the cost that comes from loss of earnings in the local economy and also future losses as the area will be damaged for some time. Another tertiary effect is disease. There is also the worry that diseases will spread through the water. Illnesses such as malaria form when water is contaminated. This can cause more death and illness. Disease can also spread from the rotting bodies once the water has subsided. Another tertiary effect is psychological effects. Many victims of tsunamis end up with psychological problems for months and maybe their entire lives. A study by the World Health Organization showed that in South Asia's tsunami, 4 weeks after the tsunami, 14 to 39% of children had post-traumatic stress disorder. Many people also suffer from grief, most of them knowing someone who died or at least got injured. And environmental effects. There is also severe environmental effects that tsunamis have on land. These can include salination of rivers, lakes and streams. This will also affect the soil fertility and agricultural land. Oil storages can be leaked out into the environment.